We jumping in the ditch with another one, y'all. Couple wakes up to bomb exploding on their porch. Sheesh.
You know I get down, bro. Don't play with me about my child. Child make y'all move.
He was threatening Uncle George to, like, blow my house up.
Okay.
Whoever live here, I make all you.
Put down in the comments where y'all think this is. I'm assuming like some Florida or some down south type shit or something, cause the fuck.
Oh, about my kid.
Florida deputies respond when a 911
Told
call
you.
reports multiple
Down south.
explosions in a West Palm Beach neighborhood. But what begins as a routine emergency dispatch quickly takes a turn as investigators uncover a deeper conflict and a neighborhood feud that may have finally reached its breaking point.
What the is that?
The following report is based on official police records, and most of the footage has never been seen before until now. Please note that all persons charged with a crime are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law.
911, where is the location of your emergency?
It's not an emergency.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. I just walked out front and my windshield smashed, and all I can see from my camera is what looks like fire and explosion.
Moments later, deputies arrive on scene.
You might be able to see stuff that I can't see. Like I said, I don't have a flashlight. You can smell the gas from right here. And then when you get here, you look up here, see the bag. She hasn't seen it. You know, she's telling me she hasn't seen this. All this, there's more over here. There's this piece right here, whatever this is, like it looks like a pipe bomb. And it blows over here on my truck. And then if you look over here, there's a bullet hole.
A bullet hole? What the fuck going on? Where the bullet hole come from?
I noticed this with my cell phone. Also, on this side, you smell the gas?
Yeah.
Yeah. On this side here, I don't know what this is, but I know it wasn't here yesterday, and I don't know what this is, what it came from, but it's like all over my tire of my truck.
Ross guides the officer through the extensive damage and debris left behind by the explosion. But with only flashlights to illuminate the scene, the full extent won't be clear until daylight.
Put it right there and explode
They
it.
had to have thrown it, because if they would have put it there, that camera and that camera would have picked them up.
Was this windshield broken before?
No, all this just happened.
No.
And you have video?
You can't see anything on the video.
No?
No, it's all like, she's got it on her thing.
I'm scared to throw this.
At approximately 3 a.m., Tiffany's porch surveillance captures the first explosion. Before the blast, a faint sound can be heard.
At 3 in the
Something
morning,
being
I would've
thrown,
ran outside.
striking an object, and then
Below her.
a sudden detonation. However, it isn't until 3:40 a.m. when Tiffany and Ross wake to the sound of two more explosions. Thick smoke quickly engulfs the yard, obscuring the camera's view. Moments later, the footage cuts to Ross emerging from the haze, searching for the source of the smoke. As investigators review the footage, the reality of what happened begins to sink in.
What the is that?
What the footage doesn't capture is who's responsible for the explosion. But the victims have their own theories, pointing to an altercation just 2 weeks earlier that may have set everything in motion.
Who would be doing this?
The neighbor, maybe. We kind of have a problem with the neighbor right now.
What's the neighbor's name?
Derek. And I had to call the cops last week. We got into an argument, and he was banging on the front door, wouldn't leave the door alone, and then threatened to blow my house up.
As the early morning sun rises, more investigators arrive and begin documenting the scene, revealing the full extent of the damage. Cracks stretch across the SUV's windshield, along with bits and pieces of debris scattered across the front half of the vehicle. Nearby, one of the truck's passenger windows was pierced by a small projectile, shattering it. and a strange
So it
brown
wasn't
powder
a
was
bullet,
found
y'all. I
covering one of
was
its
about to say,
tires.
what the hell?
Detectives also located a clear plastic bottle lodged under the truck. Scattered across the ground and throughout the yard, investigators also found remains of fireworks from the brand World Class Fireworks. Around 6 a.m., investigators attempt to make contact with Derek Shealy at the residence Ross and Tiffany mentioned, but no one answers the door. However, 6 hours later, they're approached by Derek's wife, Jera Sheila Gomez, who has questions of her own.
What's going on?
So, your neighbors had something blow up in their front yard.
Okay, that was the boom that we heard last night.
Yeah. Where is Derek now?
I don't know. He's probably at work somewhere.
What?
Do you guys want to see if Derek is inside?
Yeah, we would.
Is that the thing? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, you guys can come in and see this.
Okay, tell you what, hold on 1 second for me.
Okay, that's no problem because he doesn't
Yeah.
listen.
Yeah, no problem.
We were all up late last night. We all heard the boom. We all came out here to
Right.
see what was going on. And Derek actually and my daughter, they came out here to ask everybody if they were okay.
Yeah.
And everybody said they were okay.
Okay. I guess Derek has had some ongoing problems with the folks whose car got blown up this morning.
He had one argument
Yeah,
weeks
okay,
ago.
okay. Based on that, based on evidence that we found at the scene, there is a search warrant being requested right now to search to make sure that there is no evidence of any explosive devices in your house.
Oh my God.
Okay?
With the warrant finally cleared, officers and investigators move in, beginning their search of the house and surrounding property. Canine units are called in to assist, searching for any hidden clues. Inside the house, investigators discover the same brown powder found on Ross's truck tire, resting on the lid of the trash can. When they open it, they find numerous pieces of consumer pyrotechnic packaging. Among the debris, they also find a plastic water bottle wrapper, matching the one found under Ross's truck. The K9 units were alerted to a cabinet in the garage where more fireworks were found, including the same World Class Fireworks brand discovered at the scene of the explosion. On December 18, 2024, a warrant for Derek Shealy's arrest was signed, charging him with possession of a destructive device resulting in property damage. Later that evening, Shealy was arrested by the Okeechobee Police Department at approximately 6 p.m. Just 1 day later, on December 19th, investigators made contact with Shealy at the Palm Beach County Jail, where they conducted an interview.
What do you know about my area? So they said something about explosive device and destruction of property. Gotcha. You familiar with the incident that brought all this on? I'm kind of familiar, but I don't understand why I'm here. Gotcha.
What do you know of the incident?
I just know some loud noise went on a house next door to where I was at, and that was the last time I heard about it. But this whole thing, it blows me because when it comes to that neighborhood, I hate everybody in that neighborhood. Can't nobody in that neighborhood say one bad thing about me. Not to my face.
Yeah.
Like that.
As Derek claims to have been a helpful neighbor, the victims offer their own account, detailing a more recent conflict with him that they believe triggered the explosion.
What was the altercation about, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, it was just something with the kids.
He said his kid got into it with our boys.
Okay.
They were picking on her son. She got mad, came outside, told their kids, hey, you don't got nothing nice to say, leave my kids alone, stay the out of our yard, stay the on our porch when she cuss, when we're not home.
Okay.
That's what it is. She came back in the house. I'm getting ready to leave. The girl's out there running her mouth, talking about her, but she's not outside. I don't pay no attention. I leave. 30 minutes after I'm gone, he comes over here banging on the door.
So he was threatening at the door to blow my house up.
Okay.
Investigators questioned Derek about the altercation between the children that led to him visiting the victim's house on July 7th.
And then my wife called me hysterical, what are you talking about? Down the street. So I went, knocked on the door. I was like, hey, come outside and talk to you. She's like, nah, I ain't coming outside. No problem. I'm trying to understand what happened with you and my daughter. Oh, I ain't got this stuff. I'm calling police. I'm like, man, listen, all I'm trying to do is figure out what's what happened. And listen, just when it comes to my kids, you got a problem with my kid that has a bad boy, come to me. Don't step on my young daughter and treat her like she's an older person. And then
True.
left it at that.
Derek's recount of events paints a far more civil dispute. This, however, contrasts with what the investigators have already seen firsthand, thanks to Tiffany's surveillance footage.
I'm not opening the door.
What happened with my daughter?
I have no idea what happened to your daughter.
My daughter said you called her, and some.
Oh, that's hilarious. Maybe you just look at your cameras and see if there's
I just looked at my cameras. My son and your son playing with water, and he came and my daughter.
Okay, Daryl, that has nothing to do with them. A grown woman, I do not.
Yeah, a grown woman that just cussed out child. Man, you know how I get down, bro. Don't play with me about my child. Time make y'all move. Don't play with me about my child. Who give a fuck? Whoever the live here, I'll make all you move about my kid. I'll throw this to the next street.
When investigators confront Derek with the footage, his silence speaks volumes.
I don't call.
Derek
you don't
also
recall
claims
that.
the fireworks they found in the house were leftovers from last year's 4th of July. However, detectives uncovered multiple receipts showing firework purchases made throughout the year. One receipt in particular stands out, showing his wife purchasing fireworks on July 4th, 2024, just 19 days before the explosion on July 23rd. While the fireworks receipts raise questions, investigators confront Derek with the most critical piece of evidence.
Additionally, we have your DNA on parts of the devices that were used at the house. It's the ATF lab. There's no messing this up. Like, they go through processes. They ran it. You're already in our system. We know. Yeah, you're in the system. It's your DNA on it. So I'm
That boy ain't got nothing to say.
Okay, this is a straightforward case.
Yeah.
You made threats. We found stuff in your.
He tried to recall what happened. Told them boys lies. Realized he's getting caught in a lie. Now he don't recall what's going on. Gabe, you gotta figure something out because that ain't working. That is not working.
The same use is used, and to top it off, your DNA is on the devices. It's nobody else.
Can be possible.
This is your chance now to come clean, Derek. I mean,
Because you know about what?
that you were the one that put together these devices.
I can't see and tell you a lot.
Okay, that's
You can show somebody else how to prove it again. For what you gonna do?
So if I turned off Ada tomorrow, I would need to
That
double
boy
my-
really trying to lie.
These were underneath Red's truck. Okay? Pipe on them, maybe down. Never seen one with their knowledge.
Derek steadfastly denies any involvement in the crime. As the pressure mounts, he ultimately requests a lawyer and decides to end the interrogation. After the interrogation, Derek makes multiple phone calls from jail to his wife on a recorded line. In one call, he expresses an alarming thought, saying, "The only way I can get out of this is if I throw my son under the bus," and that Sheely Jr. would only get a slap on the wrist. Investigators approach Gomez in a later interview to confront her about these comments.
You know, I don't know if you've had a chance to talk to Derek much since he's been incarcerated, but, you know, we've, unfortunately now our DNA tests have come back, and so they've indicated
They got them on a recorded
Derek
call
is
and told
one
this
of the
bitch
profiles
that they don't
we
know
recovered on
if
that
she's been
device.
able to talk to him.
However, there is a second profile on that device too, so we're trying to narrow down, you know, who else might have handled this thing, you know, who else might have been involved with it. Or my concern is that, you know, Derek might think that it would be easier to have somebody else take the fall for this as opposed to him, particularly things like your son.
No, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Has
hope
he
not.
mentioned that?
He said something about that he was questioned about it. And was it with you? And then that you asked him, was it you? Was it your son? Yeah.
And that was the end of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is just not my problem.
Lying too now.
Not my problem. You know, whoever's DNA is on that, that's on them. I have nothing to do with any of that.
After his arrest on December 18th, 2024, Derek Shealy was denied bond and charged with possession of a destructive device resulting in property damage. He's pleaded not guilty,
Got that ass,
and his
boy.
next court hearing is scheduled for April 29th, 2025. As the case continues to unfold, the full extent of Shealy's involvement in the explosion remains to be determined.
Got that ass, boy. That's why you don't play with people's children. Because motherfucker probably would do the same thing, but shit, that's why you do shit smarter than that. Bro.